Well, do you think it's jumped it? It's highly probable, isn't it?
So your horse is now grazing the solar panels?
It's now grazing the solar panels, yeah. What are we doing next week? Can't rightly remember. But it's... oh, God, I'd have to redo that. That's quite a big project. I think I might have bitten off too much, more than I... The enthusiasm of doing it in the summer and now thinking about it afterwards, maybe it wasn't our best idea. Right, so Raymond's busy just finishing this tractor off, so they take the wheels off so they can then spray on the inside. He's using the pads here on this to clean on the inside of the rims to take all the muck off and things, and then they spray them up, etc. So they're getting inside and outside painted, and then they've done all the linkage front here, and they'll take this one off next and do that. So we're nearly there. They've got the exhaust painted now, done the cab. This one here is having a 1,000-hour service, so it's quite a big service. They've got to get all the oil out. I can't remember how much oil it is. It's like 700 litres or something. No, not 700. Can't be 700. Is it 200 litres of oil? It's not 700, is it? No, can't be. How much oil?
All oil. No, all tractor.
Yeah, it's 200. It's 40 jugs. 40 jugs, that's right. So yeah, they're doing. They're just going to get this service now. Quite a big job. Probably take them a day and a half to do this. Could have got the IBC there to put the oil into, and then they've got this apart. Aaron's on holiday today, but everybody else is currently up at Stamford on a course doing a Neroso points course done by Agri. So they're all doing that. So anyway, it turns out that this part here, which goes on the side of the engine block, has got cracks in it. So we've got a problem. We've got to try and find the parts. You come and look in here, Tom, if you can get your head in there. You see the side of the engine there, all down here. So they've got that apart. It's the bottom part, but it's got cracks in it, so that's why it's dripping water. So we're going to try and find that. So far we haven't been able to find the part we want. Not Land Rover, sorry. It's discontinued by Toyota. So we're trying to go through some sort of other places that sell Toyota parts. I mean, they tell us that these will go on forever, but they will if we can find the parts. Anyway, we're going to get it right. So once it's done, it'll be perfect. And yeah, MOT's done on this van now. Getting through, everything's done. MOT'd up to February now, so we're in good place. And it's cold today. It's like between 0 and 1. And we need the workshop heater on so we get this paint to dry. Anyway, I'm on the Lemsip. Oh, good, he's put the flag back up, look. Yeah, he's changed the flag. He's had his week of, but look at the flags, have just started to rip. I have to get them redone, but he's taking the Scottish flag down now. He's had his week of celebration. Funny enough, he did another bet with me. Well, no, I didn't take the bet, but had I took the bet, I would have actually won. But the problem is, I lost anyway, because the bet was related to costs that I was going to have to incur. So whatever happened, I lost anyway. But and we've got more stuff just over there. We're digging out. We've got these row crop tyres for the 942s. We'll have a look at those in a minute. But because we don't run the trail sprayers anymore, we're going to sell all the row crop wheels, or MIDI wheels, I suppose you could call them. We've got on a 939 and 942, and they're about 85-90% tread. But we're going to take them up to Cheffins. So you can see. Morning, Dave. So getting another pad in. So they just put this post in, put these panels in. So they concreted that yesterday, and then we'll take that across, and then they'll start to come down the back of the tank. So when you come round it doesn't look like much has happened, although we've got a lot done. But actually, Tom's going to put up now a drone footage of today and a year ago, and you can see the difference. Actually, there's a lot happened. They come on and off this between other jobs, so depending on the weather. So it is slowly happening. Yeah, so this is dug out now. See the wet weather's coming in. So this is effectively where the workshop would sit. Then a sort of a lean-to on the back. They've got to do a pour down that side to make sure the roadway doesn't push the side over. So they've got to do a proper pour as opposed to panels.
What's the schedule for the workshop? When's it going in?
When I have a good harvest, which is not this year. That's what's holding us up. So we'll get the basic work done, and then we'll have to sit on our hands. So there's the rail ballast stone we've been getting in from the railhead. They've been laying that now, getting that. It's fantastic stuff, this granite. Really good stuff. It's the best stone, I think, personally. But yeah, so God, it does look wet out here now. But look how good the crops look. Ooh, that's what you get for early drilling. We've got our bird scarer cages. You put the gas bangers in, move around on a tractor or forklift, stop people cutting the pipes, nicking the batteries. Going to put them in the cheffing cell. Then these tyres, so there's two sets here. So these are BKT 600 by 70 34s. It'd be about 85%. These ones are 650 85 42s, and then again the same 650s, and again 600s. All done by BWT, Will Brock. So anybody wants tyres to go on a 942 or 939, I suspect they'd probably go on some other models, but I don't know. You'd have to check. But perfect if you're looking at buying trail sprayers like the horse sprayer or something.
So if people want them, if they send us an email,
yeah, just send it to media@pxfarms.com.
I'll then sign
and then
them
we'll
to
sort
make
it
a
out.
plan.
That's not ideal, is it?
Oh dear.
That's not ideal. Right, this is grain hospital's running. Let's have a
That was
quick
from
look.
the open day, James.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this is brown mustard cleaning still, and if you look inside, Tom, you'll see that this has got a lot of stuff straight from the combine, the chaff, more so than the small grains. So yeah, we're currently cleaning that. You can see it here. It's just basically all the stubble, and then we'll have a look at what's coming out the other end. It's quite slow when you run it like that because you don't want to overwhelm the cleaner. Otherwise it'll carry the seed with it straight out. So here's the mustard coming out. That sort of gives you the idea of the speed that it's coming out. We're coming out that spout. So, and then here's the clean mustard, which brown mustard is a lot smaller than the white. So we have to have I think it's a 1.2 is what we've got on the bottom deck in terms of size. So yeah, so build this up and then we'll stock transfer this. This will get weighed back across the weighbridge and into the store for storage. Then we'll know exactly what went into the cleaner and exactly what came out of the cleaner back into storage. So nice and slowly, just nips away day in, day out. We'll have a quick look around the plant.
How comes you do some brown and some white and not just all white?
Because they blend them often for the different taste. I always sort of try to explain it's almost like having the French mustard and the English mustard. Right, so Tom's thinks we've got a new feature on these microphones, so hopefully you can hear me. I think, does it take out the background noise? Potentially. Right, okay. All right, well, bear with us. So, wakey. Come on, can you get that, Tom, before that clicks off? Look at that. Look at that. Back in the day. So that's one. Oh, God. Anyway, that was probably, I bet that'd be 12 years ago. And when I had only about 7 lorries. So this is the Kyobe, which this is a product we get from Lodi, and this is what we're spraying on the grain. So it goes for pump system, which is then going into, where is it? Here. Gets pumped here into a jet that sprays it. So all the grain, as it comes out of the pit, drops down, and as it goes down into the leg, it sprays that, and then that's how we're then putting a dose onto grain, which is going into storage this time of year, because often the grain is coming from somebody else's store. So if that's got eggs in it, or it's got live bugs or anything like that, which we didn't pick up at the grain store, that will spray it, that will kill them, and we don't then put live bugs into our store. So anything that's not coming in out of harvest period, we will spray. So we will make sure we protect the stores here. The worst thing that could happen to us is getting bugs. If you get bugs in a grain store, once they get into the rafters and into the fabric of the building, you forever have bugs, and we don't want that problem. That's why we're so keen on cleaning. It costs quite a lot of money to do that, to spray everything, and that's obviously at our cost, not at the merchant's cost. But we don't want the liability lands of us. So if we get bugs in store, the liability of controlling those bugs is our problem as a storekeeper, not for the merchant who is our customer. So it's important that we prevent there being a problem. See, it's quite dusty. And that's just going along quite nicely. Slowly but surely. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This setup will run like this for 10 months of the year. We only stop at a harvest. It's just constant. Emmy, I'm on a horse. There you go. Tom's entertained the fact that Emmy wants me to get back into riding horses. So on Sunday I've had to go get my riding hat out the box. I haven't ridden a horse for 14 years. And so, well, apart from I jumped on one for about 20 minutes, but outside of that, a couple of years ago, but you know, I got the riding hat out and I had to steam it up under the kettle to try and get it to fit on top of my head. Anyway, I've got it there now, so...
You'd think with less hair it would squeeze on a bit easier.
It's because you get fatter, Tom, when you get older, that's what it is.
Poor
but anyway,
horse.
I've got that done, so see how I get on. I'm going to probably walk next week like John Wayne, I reckon. Going to struggle, but anyway, we had to come down here and just do a bit of work for Mother. Just want to have a look. Glyn and Freddie did it. Just stoned this area up so that she's not stood in mud when she comes to look at the horse. But, yeah. Oh yeah, there's the horse. Oh no. Oh, the horse is now the wrong side of the fence. So it's managed to get. How has done that? Do you think it's jumped it? It's highly probable, isn't it?
So your horse is now grazing the solar panels?
It's now grazing the solar panels, yeah. Oh dear. Right, anyway.
We better go and get it.
No. Oh dear. Anyway. It's looking at me thinking, how do I get back? I'll have to get the battery changed. That's a sign of the electric fence battery's packed up. We had a lot of rain yesterday, non-stop. Everything's now really quite wet. It's really proper winter now. So this is a trailer we hire in so we can go and do stone. Anything that's non-task, like carrying grain, unless it's first dug stone, if it's come straight out the quarry, we can carry it. But if it's like the rail ballast, which is second-hand, one for a better word, from the railways, we have to hire a trailer like this, which is non-task, which means you can't use that to take grain to take to the mill. So nice little trailer we just hire in to get those little jobs out of the way. And then our wonderful...
Our mushroom trailers.
Sleeping... I haven't seen this mushroom that they talk about, but the this accommodation. Oh yeah, I can see it from here. This accommodation trailers has got to go for an MOT, and then we're going to look at get the rest of these tractors all sorted out, and then we'll probably look at getting them in and making a start on them. Oh yeah, that's not a good sign, is it? That is not a good sign. Yeah.
Fancy a bet on what would happen if you ate them?
Ate the mushrooms?
Yeah.
Well, how about I give you some money to eat them?
Ooh, how much?
How much do you want to eat one? Because you won't be seen for a few days. Yeah. That's quite a big project. I think I might have bitten off too much, more than I... The enthusiasm of doing it in the summer and now thinking about it afterwards, maybe it wasn't our best idea. But there we go. It's watching too much Yellowstone, that's the problem. I put one of these in, I think it was 2 years ago now. It's got till 2028, but it's powered, it's flashing to tell you that it's good. But you know, hopefully we'll never use it. You might need this before me, Simon.
What's that?
Wow, this is all rutted up really badly, just very quickly. I was down here last week, it wasn't like that. That's all this traffic movement's happening. Anyway, here we go. So Tim Sissons' team, William Morfitt, are here to come and sort out the drainage of all these 17 damaged drains for the Cambridge Water. So then we can get these trenches filled in. May even get a frost be able to drill on top, but never come right. So hopefully we will find Brian and Jason. There's Brian. No, that's Jason. It's Jason. Oh, good. Christmas beer. What's this, a welfare truck, is it?
Yes, mate.
Look
God
at that.
bless you. Thank you very much.
One for you and one for Brian sitting in the back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can see him. How are you?
All right.
Everything all right?
Yeah.
Everything all right?
Very much good.
So I hear you're not allowed to start until some.
We've got another digger to come as well, so.
Yeah, but you've got the message I had was that you're not allowed to start until there was a man to watch you do it.
Yeah.
Do you need anyone to watch you do it? No.
Hopefully not now.
No. You've done it a few years now.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. When are you going to start?
That'll be Monday now. Time that digger's hair, and
All right.
we can bring some. We've had a walk round, so we can get some a bit more material, can't we?
Yeah. All right.
We'll crack in Monday and
We'll see you Monday then.
Yeah.
have a good start.
All right.
Get out your way.
Yeah. Well, I'm pleased I
Get
sent
them
you.
out of the way.
I'm pleased I sent you boys. Spoke to Tim today. He said, "I sent you boys." I said, "Good. I'll take you some beer." Thought I'd better tell him just before he got a shock. Yeah.
We have to declare it to him.
Oh,
now.
do you? Yeah. What?
Don't
What?
put that on video.
What? So it doesn't look like bribery.
That's
Yeah.
You know.
That's very cheap bribery. See you later. Just come out here a sec, Tom. Are you filming? Yeah. So Brian and Jason have done all the drainage on this farm in the past. When I bought this, they came in and they put all the land drainage in. So they know the lie of the land, they know how it works. You see, come down here. Can you see that, Tom? Yeah. Okay, that's an example of the land drain. That's quite a big drain which is going off to the ditch. So that's been broken. So they've got to fix that. And there's another one here. This is one of the drains. I think they put in it's all snapped at the other end. They'd have put this in, I suppose 6-7 years ago, or whatever it was. So they've got to fix that. You can see, this land being clay, once it gets water on, it just sits there. I mean, if you want to make a perfect pond, you want clay. This is why land drainage is so important. You can tell it doesn't work because the water isn't getting into that land drain and out. Oh, which is annoying. But anyway, so quite a bit of work to do. It's going to be a bit of a mess. It's the worst time of year to do it as well. You really want to do this in the summer after we've cleared the crop. But I mean, I don't know why they have to go so deep. I mean, it's just a nonsense. They know where the land drains are in terms of depth, all for archaeological work. which doesn't make any difference anyway. What a waste of money. 5th of December, Tim Isaac's come from Ceres. Now, Tim's come wearing this jacket, but I've seen Tim in many different disguises. When I first met Tim, I was in the Cambridgeshire and Bedfordshire CLA, which I then latterly became the chairman of. This is some time ago now. This had been when
we were both much younger, James.
Yeah, hold on. I was 33, so just bear with. Yeah, it is a while ago. Yeah, okay, it is a while ago. Thank you, Tom. Yes, we can all do maths. Anyway, that aside, so Tim's very kindly come out today to buy me lunch, but unfortunately he left his wallet in the car. But,
classic move.
So we're just talking about data and what actually, what are we doing with data in agriculture, how are we using data and how are we making a positive change, and are we looking at data too late in terms of, are we looking at this time of year? Should we be looking at it in meantime? And you're now, within Ceres, you're now actually putting together, aren't you, looking at data in a sense of actually trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
And not looking at it too late, as I think is what historically has been going on.
Yeah, exactly that, James. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we've got a productivity problem in the country. You know, we know other countries with similar systems to us have higher levels of productivity. We can see that yields are flatlining. We know all of that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we've got more data than we've ever had before. We've got more sensors, we've got more telematics, we've got more ways of monitoring and managing. We've got all this data coming into a farm business. We fundamentally believe, which is why we set up Ceres Research, that the answer to the first issue, the productivity problem, is in the second point with all the data we've got. The problem is the data doesn't currently pass the so what test. It's just numbers. So what we want to do is better analyse that data in real time, as you were alluding to, so that it can feed in better decisions straight away in real time. So you can make those little fine tunings, which might on face value seem a relatively small change, but you multiply those changes up over more area, more tonnes, however you want to look at it, and it starts making a significant impact on the business. And I just think in the current climate where, you know, cash is a problem, we're under pressure financially, these multiple gains are going to be the key to driving the industry forward. You know, so if it's small improvements in the efficiency of a machine, then immediately you've made a cost saving and ultimately an output as well. You know, and if we can start mapping variable cost against yield, you know, are there areas where we get a better spend, a better return in the output? So we've got the data, we just need to be better at analysing it and quicker at analysing it.
But scale is I've always found, is where the difference in small percentages starts to play a big part.
Absolutely.
So 3% at 100 acres isn't worth chasing. But you multiply that to 10,000 acres or 100,000 acres, that 3% seriously is now a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so as businesses do increase around the world, as we're seeing, aren't we, in the growth? We had a chap from Australia the other day talking about the speed of growth they're having there and doubling in size in businesses. These small increment percentages, and you're absolutely right about this level of data, because there are, I mean, within this farm, I bet there's 20 forms of data coming at us from various telematics and things. How are we going to get that into one package almost to actually have something gurgitated out the other end for this meaningful? And measurement has been a long time in agriculture, has been, you measure 10 things and miss 5. What value is the 10? You know, if you don't do it all, and then making sure it's all calibrated, we've got a long way to go, haven't we, to actually make a measurable change?
We have. I mean, you know, you touched on a number of things. The attention to detail is absolutely key. We know that. And maintaining that attention to detail as you grow the area or grow the number of tonnes gets more challenging. But again, the way that you can get around that is having better data. And if we can get to the point where I think the key thing with it is that you're very clear on the objective of what you're trying to achieve in analysing that data. It's very easy with all the tools and the software we have out there to just throw data at something. But unless you're clear on what it is you're trying to achieve at the other end, so, you know, is it an improvement in field efficiency? Is it an improvement in yield? Is it improvement in return on investment? What is the KPI? What's the objective? What are you trying to move forward, turn the dial on? Then you can collect and analyse the data that you need to answer that question. And I think the danger is we fall into the trap of trying to answer all the questions.
Yeah, we get lost.
You get lost.
You're better to focus on one small element,
Absolutely.
get that right,
Yeah,
and let's
then
do this as incremental steps.
Exactly, and
I
then
agree
move on
with
to the
that.
next one,
Yeah.
and then get that one right, and then move on and do this and just keep doing it, and eventually you will, like you're saying, you see those incremental improvements which multiply up into big savings, whether it's per acre, per tonne, however you want to look at it.
Well, just a small thing we were doing this morning, Tom and I. Tom's put this graph together. It was put together in two separate graphs, and then we've decided just to put it together just for illustrate this to you. Is that effectively the blue dots and the red dots are different drivers doing exactly the same job with identical tractors, identical cultivators over a period of the season. And the 80 hectares, for example, is the sort of the output per day that we then bonus people over and above 80. So what this shows is that actually the red operator here, and I'm not going to tell you who the names of the two are, and I bet if I ask the two who they were on the farm, they will probably tell me the opposite is who it is. But the red is motivated effectively to get to 80 hectares and then stop. Whereas the blue is more like this. And we're now analysing this level of data because if we can standardise the equipment and the operations of what they're doing, we can actually take this data and we're analysing the individual drivers.
Yep.
Now the second bit what we're working on is we're now going to put the cost in of damage. Because you might have this guy up here and think, oh, he's a great driver, but then suddenly he's spending £5,000-6,000 of damage where this guy here hasn't. And what's the value between there and there in damage and also in output? So we're looking at that now. We're benchmarking individuals. Now, we've only been able to do this because we're standardised machinery. Right. Lorries are all the same, combines are all the same, all bought at the same time, cultivators and drills and things are all standardised the same. Until we're standardised, we haven't been able to analyse individuals quite to the extent, because otherwise somebody said, oh, he's got 50 horsepower more than me, or he's got another metre a cultivator, or whatever it would be, or I always get the big fields and he gets the small ones. Now we're starting to see the variation between the drivers. So what do we do with this driver here, who is, as an average, is probably here, and this guy's up here? What do we do with him? You know, how do we get him to do that? Where are the issues? Is it at the beginning of the day, or the end of the day, or in the middle? The data we looked at so far is at the beginning. It's a difference between how efficient they are at fueling and greasing up a tractor and getting started between the two drivers, doing exactly the same. One might take an hour, one takes half an hour. Then you might say, well, here's the half an hour guy not doing the correct level of service, so is he now getting more breakdowns? So that's the second stage we're now doing in terms of damage, etc., to determine actually, and these are the small gains. If we can make 10, 15, 20% difference here, is it you either get rid of a machine or does it give you the flexibility to take more land on? Well, I'm motivated for more land as opposed to reducing machines. So if I can make these guys suddenly go from 80 to 100, because there's some more marginal gains that we found, that then percentage-wise, two machines means I can take on quite a lot more land without having to find another £500,000 to invest in the primary mover and then probably 150 for the cultivator.
Absolutely.
And this is data.
And that's the value of data, exactly as you've just said. And I think the thing is, you've removed the variability. So the value of that data has just increased hugely, you know. So we can't say, you know, you can't make the excuses anymore. You're comparing like with like. Yeah. So you absolutely know that that is a true difference, that you can then sit down, identify the reasons for that difference and make that improvement. I really honestly believe, I think this is the next revolution in farming. Yeah, I do. You know, we've finally got to a point now where we've got standardised operations, standardised data collection. I still believe we can get better with the analysis, and that's where we're coming from with Ceres research. And then if we can do it, get to the point where we're doing it in real time, have dashboards, so you can very quickly visually see where the improvements can be made, what's falling behind where it should be, and what do we need to do to get it back on track. And it's those incremental improvements that's going to drive the industry forward.
The difference we found was with the drivers, if they did something one day and we could show them in the morning, they could make an improvement that was a remarkable difference. Yeah. If we show them this time of year now, they'll acknowledge it, but they can't make a positive change. And it's that real time is, I think, is what
That's the
we've
key.
got to get right for this next year. Now we've got this. How am I going to make this information become real time? Have I got to build my own app? Is there another way? I don't know the answer today, but I am going to try and find a solution between now and next harvest, because I want that 15-20%, because
Absolutely.
in terms of cost, that's a lot of money for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, I fundamentally, that's where we can help, because as I say, with all the data you've now got, you create a dashboard, you can easily have dials that compare where you are, and you can very quickly see that's what we need to do. And you say, the real-time thing is the key. It's got to be in the season, it's got to be of the now. Otherwise, if it's data that's a year old, yes, it's interesting, but it's not valuable in the, you
and
want
it will
to
be forgotten by July next year.
Exactly. And also the following year is different. So you're then no longer comparing like with like. It's got to be at that time. We've now got the source to do this with, so let's make the most of it. And this is the key. This is the key to unlocking the productivity.
I mean, a 20% change is what I need in this business in a combinable crop model at the prices and the yields that we've just had. If I can make that swing of change, then we're making money in bad years.
But that may well be 21%.
Oh yes.
That won't be 20.
No,
so,
won't be a golden ticket.
But if you can find those 1% and piece them together, that's a system change that then drives the thing forward.
Yeah.
It
makes me excited, actually. I feel excited. This is my excited face too.
I can tell. I've seen it before.
Have you now? Yeah, we'll keep that quiet. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks to continue to subscribe. We're well over 30,000 now, so we hit my sort of target pre-Christmas that I wanted to achieve, so I've got to move that now to 32. Tom's sort of looking horrified at that, but we might do it, you never know. Keep getting the merchandise, get your orders in, keep Tom busy for getting it out pre-Christmas. You can get your husband an October drilling t-shirt. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday. All the best, take care, bye-bye.